G'day everybody, welcome to Zombie Bites Everything. Got some DayZ today. Going to be going to check out the key. I got a funny feeling all our boats have despawned. I don't know. I just feel like they have. Because of the way DayZ has set the boats. G'day Big Ray, how you going, mate? Or Alan just gaming now. Thought I'd call you by your original name, so then when I say Alan, you'd be like, "Oh, it's me." You didn't have to worry about going, "Oh, it's me, Pink Ray, by the way." No, I know. How you been, man? Hope you're doing well. I woke up about an hour ago, couldn't sleep, so I thought, I'll do a stream. So I've been excuse me. Had something pop up in my YouTube studio saying, "You've got an early access to automatic dubbing. Dub your videos into different languages to make them accessible to more people around the world." Trying to survive in the hot weather? Dude, that's my fucking life living in Australia. It's hot all the time. Yeah. Now, all I could suggest, mate, is, you know what I do? I get plastic bottles, like a old Coke bottle or something like that, and I half fill it up with water and I squeeze all the air out. I stick it in the freezer. And then I sit it in there's a special spot in me chair where I can slide stuff at the back. I think it's then I can put extra lumbar support for my back. But I slide the bottle in there, so then I've got something cool small on my back to cool me down. Yeah, it's the best relief I've got, because I don't have air conditioning or anything like that. So this thing in the YouTube studio is saying I have access to automatic dubbing. Dub your videos into different languages. Yeah, cheers YouTube for giving me early access to that, but I ain't doing it. I'm happy just offending people in English. I don't need to offend people in multiple different languages. Thank you, but no thank you. Right. I'm having problems with my server at the moment. Every time it just randomly will shut down. Well, it does a reset every 6 hours. And every now and then, it'll do a reset and it'll just stop. And it'll go, servers turned off. It's like, why? It should just automatically start back up. But no, it's not doing that. No idea why it's doing that. Bit of a pain in the ass. Bandanas. You know your bandanas you put on your head? I got a whole heap of them. And clean, obviously. And I will give them I'll wet them down. And I'll squeeze them a little bit to take most of the water out. And then I'll fold them. And fold them into my strip shape, so they're ready to tie around my head like a headband. And I'll put them in the freezer so they freeze. And then it doesn't take long for them to freeze up and get icy cold. And then I'll put them on my head. I'll even get bottles of water and half drink them and then freeze them and wrap them in a cloth. And when I go to sleep at night, when it's hot, I'll just sit them between my legs so they cool down my groin. Because if you can cool down your groin and your underarms, I know this sounds weird, But for heat stroke victims, you cool down the groin and the underarms to help bring the core temperature to help bring the temperature down. So I just do that to try and get myself some sort of relief with the heat. Because if I don't, I can't sleep. Most of the time in summer, I don't sleep well anyway. It'll be like 30-something degrees at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's only a couple of hours. And like about an hour and a half later, the sun's coming up, like a 5. Just around 5 o'clock in the morning, the sun's coming up in summertime. And yeah, it's just fucked. All right. Do we have a key on us? Yes, we do. That's a criminal's car there. What's in mine? Yeah, looks about right. One. Just one spark plug? Did I have a spare in here? No. Do I have a spare in here? No. What happened to the spare one I had? I didn't leave it in the boat. I think I put it in Topeka's. Yeah, man, I'm doing well. I'll be shocked if any of these boats are down here. The base where we just spawned in, that's where I spawned out yesterday. I haven't been on since. Believe it or not, I don't spend all day playing DayZ. I'd like to, but, you know. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because it gets boring after a while. Don't get me wrong, I've done 24-hour streams on DayZ before. And there's been times when I'm by myself, there's times when other people joined me. And I managed to, well, I think make it entertaining for that 24 hours. Might not have been the most entertaining, but I managed to make it work. And but it does get a little bit, well, not boring, but you know, when you're by yourself all the time, for the majority of the time, it can do. Now, I do let people join the server. I've pretty much got all the people that are in my friends list on PlayStation that play DayZ. The people that I know and have actually played games with, those are the people that are in the list for the server. I'm not accepting any more or, you know, opening it up for any more. That's not to say I won't play with other people that are online or in the YouTube. I'll just meet them in a server of their choice. I'll come play with them in a server of their choice. This server's, nah, It's now closed for the people in the list and the people that I know, and the people that actually show up. Because I had people contact me in the streams like, can I join you? And I was like, yeah, only people in my PlayStation friend list. And then they send me a friend request, and I accept it. And then, I send messages out because I don't know the names, or they changed their name or something. So I'll send messages out to the people I don't know. Are you one of the people that wanted to be in the DayZ server? And I get nothing back. So I've just stopped from now on. I've just stopped. I'm not bothering. My private server here that I've got, that's just for me and friends and family that I actually communicate with and are willing to communicate with me. So all those other people, yeah, they're not on the list anymore. Just the people that I communicate with and communicate back. However, if there are people that want me to join them in a public server or a private server of their choice, and it's PlayStation, then yeah, I'm happy to join when I've got time, provided I'm not already doing something. I certainly won't be, like, if I'm in the middle of doing this, I certainly wouldn't be joining someone right now. So if someone came in and said, hey, come join me, no. I'm busy. I'm streaming. I have a title, and my title doesn't include joining someone else's server right now. I do apologise. Well, no, I don't. I'm not apologising if that sounds rude. Screw it. I don't care. I know I should care. There'll be people out there that will think that I should care if I sound rude or not about it. But no, I don't. No, because, well, I've got a title. It's Bubbles in the Snow. That's Bubbles. Bubbles is driving the car. This is the snowy region. This is the town she's in. This is for her series. Can't very well take her somewhere else in the middle of a stream. I'm certainly not going to end my stream because someone says, hey, join me in another server. That'd be a bit rude, wouldn't it? Or someone coming into me chat or sending me a message trying to tell me to come join them here, there, whatever. No. I've got a plan, and my plan doesn't involve me leaving the server. But if I'm not streaming or something like that, and you want to arrange something, we can definitely do a stream. But I need prior warning of that, or a prior setup, like we'll work it out rather than just... It doesn't happen very often where I have people come in. Well, I have had a few people come in and they've like, have you checked out such and such server? And I was like, no, I haven't. Well, you should go check it out. I will. No, go check it out now. No, fuck off. I ain't checking it out now. I'm busy doing shit. You rude prick. Now, a lot of people might get offended by that sort of shit. Oh, dude, he called me a rude prick when I went to his live stream and told him to leave what he was doing right there and then and come check out what I demanded him to check out. And he calls me a rude prick. Might be people that think like that. But, and no, that's not. And like I said before, I'm capable of offending people in English. I don't need to offend them in any other languages. I'm not going to be doing that fucking dubbing. So I do apologise if there are people out there that speak a different language. Yeah. Just that. I'm not saying English is the best or anything like that. I only speak English, and I'm just leaving it at that. I don't want to bloody put things in different languages and have it dubbed in different languages, and I don't want to give the impression that someone thinks I speak a different language, because I've already been accused of that shit multiple times. On YouTube. people trying to troll me and say, oh, you're a German person who speaks German. I know you've got a German channel and you've got a gaming channel that's in German and you speak German. You got million subscribers, so why are you pretending to be this person? You're pretending to be an Australian. So no, stick with Australian English, and if people don't like it, oh well, not much I can do about that. The other thing is too, I do not have any guarantees that whatever gets translated from English will translate correctly through the dubbing process, because something tells me it's going to be done with AI, and I've tested AI out, and AI is not very good at dubbing things. Hell, the closed caption thing they have in YouTube to be able to put the words down for people, for the people with hearing impairments, doesn't even get anything correct. It always fucks up. And it doesn't understand context. And it doesn't understand humour. So no. I won't be using that dubbing feature for dubbing my videos into other languages. I have had, there was one video that I had a comment on. The person commented, I wish I could understand English more. No, what was it? Something about, I wish you spoke, I can't, something about I'm not unable to understand English, and that I wish I spoke a fucking, what was it? Cantonese, or Cantonese, I think they said. And I was thinking, you wrote that in English. I didn't even have to translate it. You wrote that in English. Now, if that's the only phrase they know how to write in English, well, that's cool. I think it was Cantonese. It might not have been Cantonese. Might be something else. But it's like, nah. Nah, I don't care. I'm not trying to exclude people, but I'm not going to be doing that. So if there are people out there that speak a different language and don't understand what I'm saying in English, okay, that's probably for the best, because I don't want my jokes and that misinterpreted because of some AI dubbing program in YouTube. So yeah, I won't be using it. In fact, I've got free notifications from YouTube about free new things that I've got early access to that all involve AI. And I don't mind using the AI. I use AI to help me with making some music for some video clips and stuff like that, when I can't be fucked doing it myself. I've used AI to help with some photos, with some images. I don't have a problem with AI, but I have a problem with AI that'll be attached to my video that I don't get to control and oversee the process and have a final say on. And the dubbing part is that particular process. I won't have a final say at the finished product, and I won't even be able to tell whether it's being translated correctly, because I also don't speak the other languages that they want to translate it into. So no. Now, if there are people out there that think that's unfair, you can write a letter, send it care of cunt, Australia. I'm pretty sure I'll get the letter. There's no way that there's no way this dubbing stuff in the English, this early access to dubbing stuff in English is going to have someone sit there and watch one of my 4-hour streams and then translate every single word that I am speaking into every single different language out there. Obviously, it's an AI bot that does it. And no. I'll give you an example. I wrote a song for an AI program to put down. It was some lyrics I put together, and it was also a poem, an Australian poem, that was written by a man named Gary Who. Who? Gary Who. Who? Gary Who. So I used a part of his poem and some extra lyrics that I came up with, and I put it into an AI, and it made a song. And one of the lines in the song is, "I never went to bed with an ugly woman, but I have sure woken up with a few." YouTube's AI closed caption thing put it as, "I never went to bed with an ugly woman, but I've woken her up with a few." And it's like, that's not even what was said. So no. AI listening to voice and then trying to translate it into different languages, I do not trust that system at this point. It is not there yet. The AI that listens to my English and other English couldn't even translate it into English properly for closed captions. So no. And I also advise other people out there, don't use it. Or use it. I really don't care. It doesn't mean nothing to me. But just know, if you use it, if you speak a different language and you use it, and it translates something like, let's say you speak German, and it translates your German into English, there is a good to fair chance it's not going to do it correctly. A good to fair chance that it's going to make you sound like you're an idiot. Now, while I like idiots, I think they're fun. I'm an idiot myself. I don't know whether that'll be a good thing or not, because let's face it, no one wants to be misrepresented. And if the translation's not correct, then your video is being misrepresented by a translation that's not done correctly. Has anybody else out there got this same ability, the early access for the dubbing, or is it? I know it's not just me. There's other people out there that have it too. I know that. He's running, isn't he? I'm not the only person out there that's got the early access to the to this particular program, but I might make a simple video just saying, "G'day, I'm a zombie from this Zombie Bites Everything. If you don't like fucking swearing and fucking jokes, maybe stay the fuck away from my fucking channel. Thank you. Fuck off." And then see how that translates. No, I'm not going to. I'm not using it at all because, no. No. Oh, here's an idea. Maybe make it so that on iPads, when someone comes in and speaks a different language, I can actually translate it on my iPad straight away by hitting translate button. Like I can when they've made a comment in the video after it's gone live. in the live feed, you don't get the ability to do that on an iPad. At least not on my iPad. Because there's no way that YouTube would make sure the updates that go out to your iPads would be all the same. No, that's not handy, is it? I've been forgetting to look at these places. These are the places where I get shotguns. No, I don't want that. Take road flare. Always come in handy, old road flare. You can light a fire. I don't want a fucking dickhead. I just hate that. Which part, mate? The dubbing things or the way the dubbing works? I do too. I hate when you'll see these, you'll see it all the time. People have been using them in their shorts and shit, and it's translating it and they've got the words coming up across the screen. And I'm like, I understand they put the words there for people that are hard of hearing, but I can hear and those words do not match up with what the person's saying. So if they can't do it if they can't translate English into English, I don't know how they're going to go about translating English into another language. And I'm going to assume this would be the same for a Spanish-speaking person. If they speak Spanish, then if they used it and they said, "Oh, translate my Spanish into English for the video and dub it into English," there's a chance that it might not translate well. Because I was talking with a family member that I met doing my family tree, and they're over in Holland. And I contacted them on Facebook, and I could see from their Facebook page and that the language was different, the way they were spelling stuff, and I was like, oh. So I looked up the language and I got the Google Translator, and I wrote, "Hello, I'm from Australia, my name is blah blah blah," and I got it translated into the language for them, and I sent it, and the first message back was, "Hello, you're using Google Translate, aren't you?" "Yeah, that's shit. We speak English." I was like, "Oh, okay." So ever since then, I've always been skeptical on because I once thought, that's a real cool technology. I don't have to worry about learning another language. I could just use a speech thingy and it'll do it for me. This is so much better for community. And no, it's not. Human to human's better. Like, I've got a friend who is bilingual. He speaks English and Spanish. And someone sent me a message in Spanish one day and I was like, I don't know what this is. So I sent it to me mate and he's like, translate it for me. He's like, yeah, he's just asking about money. He wants to know if you want to join up some thingy and donate money to this cause. I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, yeah, it's one of those spamming things. Don't worry about it. I was like, okay. You know. But when I translated in Google Translate, it was all didn't make any sense. It was weird. It was broken English and all that. And he was like, yeah, no, it translates fine. It just, whatever program you used doesn't translate it fine. So ever since then, I've been skeptical of any type of program that's supposed to translate one language into another. Because that program is assuming that everybody has perfect speech, perfect diction, there's no speech impediments or anything like that. That's what it's assuming. But I do have a speech impediment. I don't know if anybody can hear it, but I do. Some words don't come out properly. They slur a little bit. It's because I was raised by an alcoholic, you know. When you're raised by alcoholics, guess what type of accent you're going to have? one of an alcoholic. And I'll be honest, I hate it because I don't want to get pulled over or anything like that. Automatically as well, you sound like you got slurred speech. It's like my mum was an alcoholic. So, well, let me ask you this, officer. If I was raised in a Japanese house, what accent would I have? Japanese. If I was raised in a UK house, what accent would I have? Well, someone from the UK. And if I was raised in an American house, what accent would I have? Well, American. And if I was raised in a house full of alcoholics? See? And how confusing can that be? Not only confusing, that could start troubles too. Because there's a chance you're relying so much on a machine to translate your good intentions message to another person who speaks a different language. And what happens if it just misunderstands what you're saying and it makes your message sounds like you want to violate the person's mother and sister at the same time? You know, you'd be like, no, that's not what. Why is he raising his fist at me? Smack. Ow, what was that for? You said it's about my mama. What? I didn't say shit. And smack the phone. He was the one that translated it. Alcoholic accent, exactly. So it's taken me a lot of years to try not to sound drunk. And I don't drink. That's the thing. I don't drink. So then they beat you up. Yeah, beat you up because they think you said you want to sleep with their sister. And it's like, no, I said I want to meet with sisters, the nuns. I wanted to know where the nuns were. I wanted to know where the local church was. It's like, where's the local church? You know, where nuns reside. And you transcend it, and it's like, well, you want to sleep with my sister? That's not what I wanted. Why? Well, nuns here in this country is sisters in that country. It's like, oh, okay, not my fault. Yeah. The problem is if it's like police and you're dealing with police, like if you grow up in an alcoholic home and you have to deal with police officers, there is a good to fair chance those boats are still there. Maybe it is an island-related thing that only despawn if they're on the island because they're both there. Huh. Both the boats are out there. That's cool. The problem is when you're dealing with police officers and you have a speech impediment. I have a speech impediment. I also suffer with tremors. So you know, if I'm having tremors, they come and go. And sometimes these tremors will be there and the police will go, why are you shaking? Are you nervous about something? It's like, no, I have tremors. Yeah, right. It's like, dude, don't fucking mock my medical condition, you prick. Would you mock someone in a wheelchair when they said, I can't stand and do your fucking, your sobriety test, your field sobriety test? Would you mock them? Fucking piece of shit. It's part of the reason why I don't like police officers. I mean, I'll give every single one of them the chance. I'll give every one of them the benefit of the doubt. But when they're speaking to me, as soon as they have that attitude, that's it. I'm done. I shut down with them. Because I'm not willing to put up with their shit. Okay. Whoops. I know that seems stupid. Why'd you just get out the car and then get back in, turn it on, and then turn it off again? Well, allow me to explain. There's been times when I've just stepped out the car and most of the time the car just turns off. No problem. But lately, sometimes when I step out the car, it doesn't just, it turns off, but then when I go in, it goes, nah, the battery's flat. And it's like, why? And the only thing that I've done just before it went, nah, battery's flat, is I stepped out without turning it off. So now, as soon as I step out without turning it off, I quickly jump back in and turn the car on, then turn it off, then step out. Normally I turn the car off first. But yeah. I know, it's weird. That's cool. Anyone that's been here long enough knows I'm a weirdo. So, you know, it's all good. Now what I'm doing is I am going to get some wood and I'm going to do some fishing, get myself some food, cook it up. Got to get myself some food ready for the journey. And take some wood with me ready for the journey so I can make a fireplace as soon as I arrive. Let's fix up these repair gloves. I've been meaning to do it as well. I haven't done it, but I've been meaning to do it. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I keep forgetting. But I've been meaning to go through my PlayStation list and start thinning out the names that are in there, because I've got a lot of names in my PlayStation list that I don't know who they are. Some of them I do. And they're fine to stay there even though we don't play games, because I support them on their channel, they support me on mine. We don't necessarily play the same games. They might play PC as well as PlayStation and spend more time on the PC. So there's that. But I still need to go through my list and thin out the herd, so to speak, because I've just got so many names that are in there. I don't know who they all are. I got to send messages too, because honestly, I only want to have the names of people that... this is going to sound bad, but fuck it. It is what it is. I only want to have the names of people that I play with or that I see on YouTube. I don't need the names of everybody else. Not trying to sound like an ass, but yeah, I'll power through it. Did my gloves get ruined again? Really? Wow, this blizzard come in out of nowhere, didn't it? Thought I fixed that up. It's finally ruined. Been waiting for that to get ruined for a while, actually. Oh, yeah. Well, let's eat this. When I can, I'll get fire logs by hand. I need to save my you know, once we got this heat buff sorted out, we'll go to the car, drop some stuff in, go do some fishing, and come back and cook. I don't know if I'll cook here, if I'll cook somewhere else, because there's... I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've got a key, I've got a spark plug, I've got some boats down there, and it looks like I can take them. They haven't despawned yet, but I don't know if I want to. We got time, plenty of time, before there's another reset. Just don't know why Nitrado's fucking with me and DayZ's fucking with me. Oh, because they're son of a bitches, that's right. Abe's Odyssey Soulstorm got a fucking copyright claim because of the orchestra music in the background of the game. Man, that only just popped up on the 18th of May 2025 at 43 minutes past midnight. I did that video. When did I do that? Well, that was almost fucking 2 years ago. And you only just give me a copyright claim now? I thought that was an old game. It was a year and a bit ago, but, you know, almost 2 years. I'm not complaining about the copyright claim. The thing I'm a bit pissed off about is the fact that you're only notifying me now. Well, it notified me 5 days ago about a video I did a year and almost 2 years ago. Yeah, I kind of feel like they might not be paying attention. Just quietly between us. Oh, that fucking stupid shit again. Okay, how's this boat? It's still orange. Okay. Okay, we can use that. That's fine. Let's get some fish. I like to stand on a rock when I fish because then I don't get my feet wet. Yank, release. No comment. We all know that if we give something a yank, we get a little bit of release. Eh? Eh? Fellas? Eh? Eh? Okay. Get back to fishing. It's what it says at the bottom of the screen there, bottom left. It says yank release. I'm not the one that worded it that way. The DayZ developers did. To yank on the fish, you need to release the L2 button, or R2 button, sorry. La da 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 da. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. That's 2 fish. That's 1 fish, 2 fish, a red fish, blue fish. Dr. Zeus, anyone? Big shout out to Major. He's probably out there watching. Doesn't always have the ability to text in the type in the chat there. But I know he's always around. Hey, there's the fish. Hey, we got 3 of the same fish. That's a good one. That's a bingo. Alright, so let's go up here. And what we're going to do is going to put a heap of the stuff that we found inside the car. The flare. The flare. That. I'm going to put my gun. So I'm going to put my ammo. Going to put my glow stick. Oh, they're 3 different fish. Okay, never mind. Okay, that looks good. Put the gun. Thank you. Thank you. I notice there's no smoke. My fire ran out. Yeah, I think 2 should do it. You won't let me relight it. You want a piece of... Right. Normally it would let you reignite it when you put wood in there, but for some reason, no. What? Walleye pork. No, it's walleye wally. Paradise PD, anyone? It's walleye wally, sha-la-la-la. I think I got some caviar. Did I get some caviar? Probably not. I did get caviar. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Give me that. I like me some caviar. Well, actually, real life me does not like caviar. Nah, too salty. Not for me. Not for me at all. I've got to go grab myself a coffee in a minute, so we'll cook this fish up and then we'll go get a coffee. I thought I had everything ready for my stream. I forgot my coffee. At least the key I got is pristine. I definitely need to get my coffee. But I don't want the meat to get cooked, well, burnt, because you can't eat it. Make you sick. You shouldn't eat carbon. I was watching Loki play yesterday. But I'd already, he killed a person and that. They killed a person and there was a map on him. I was like, get the map. Get the map. Fuck's sake, get the fucking map. By the time Loki read all that, he's like, I already got a map. I was like, ah, man, now I just sound like a prick. But yeah, and then he showed me the map and it was different to the way the map is for me. And I was like, oh man, that map's poo because you can't really locate anything on that map. The person who made it thought that they were doing a good thing. I was like, oh man, that map's shit. What's the point of having a GPS and that if you can't, if it's not gonna, nah, that's crap. And it turns out it was crap. It was mega crap. Excuse me. Big part of DayZ is sitting around doing this shit. I was got to wait for this stuff to cool down now. But if I go like this, and I just pick them up, they'll cool down eventually. And I just sit here. And drop them there like that. There we go. We're hot. We're not overheating. Can put that one away. I'm going to put that one away too because it's only one that's going to overheat me. Going to go like that. I really should have. I don't know. Ah. Let's just sit here in front of the fireplace, stay warm. I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm going to grab a coffee quickly. I should have grabbed it before I started my stream, but I forgot. Please forgive me. Or not. It's okay. Sure, my feelings won't be hurt. Back in a minute. I'm back. Normally I'd say something funny like, I'm fat. But no, thought I'd keep it normal today. No funny stuff. I'm back. Isn't it amazing? Simple things in life can give us pleasure. I'm happy with a coffee. Good coffee makes me happy. Just like a bad coffee makes me miserable. Pisses me off. No different than most people out there. Oh, still got 2 logs. No, there's no point going anywhere while we got 2 logs. You son of a bitch. Wait. Motherfucker. Oh, so, right. Might need some context there for that motherfucker. Okay, I swear. No, I didn't. I just emptied the bottles. I never ended up filling them. Never mind. My motherfucker was unwarranted. I was like, didn't I fill these up? I said I was going to empty out those bottles and fill them up, and I dropped the bottle off to Topeka, but no. I dropped the bottle off to Topeka, dropped the bottle off for Criminal, but I didn't. I should have bought the bottle. Could have went over to the island. Could have put it down there for Criminal. But I forgot. I'm going to go out to the military base too today. I'm going to go grab that little mini tent. The little one that keeps getting me stuck every time I try to get in it. I'm going to grab that motherfucker. And I'm going to fuck shit up. Not really. I'm just going to go get it and bring it back out to an island. Back in a minute. I'm back. Hopefully that's the last time I have to duck out for a while. You know what it's like. You got to sort some stuff out quickly. I should tell Topeka there's a big huntsman floating around the toilet somewhere, because she's in there at the moment. But I'm sure if he's in there still, she'll find him. She can't hear me either because her iPad's out in the lounge room. Ha! How much wood we got? One log still. Good. We're going. We're cooking. I should go and get... No, I'm going to leave it. I was just thinking I should go and get Criminal's water bottle and then take it out for him and leave it there for him. That would be the nice thing to do. But then I thought, what happens if something bad happens? Then I lose it. And I don't want to do that. Okay. Once that is finished, I guess we can go. We can go now. I know the sound's down on the on the game at the moment. I should check this boat. No, I did already yesterday. We'll just take this one. Oh, really? Wet my feet. Pricks. Can't believe it's still in reverse. The reset set my car to neutral, but it doesn't set the boats to neutral. That might be the issue. That might be part of the issue. Alright, we're going out to have a look for crates that have yellow locks. Because we have the key for... Whoa! Alright. You stupid hag. Want to play that shit? Let's play that shit. It's fun to lag and be lucky Benny then. We have almost 4 hours before there's another reset. So we have plenty of time to go check out the island or check out a couple little islands. That's an island. It's just a big island. Look, that has to be an island because it's surrounded by water. So it has to be an island, right? And it's smaller than Australia, and Australia is one of the is the largest island on Earth. So, to a scientist say there's something like islands underwater. Why not? There's rivers and waterfalls underwater. I know, crazy. I mean, I get how it works, but it's still crazy to think that that's a thing that exists. I've never understood it though. There are certain things I've never quite understood. How islands are made. Now I know islands are made by... I know the technical way that islands are made. Some are made through volcanoes, some are made by the tides pushing sands and it just get into shallower areas and stuff like that. I just wonder, where does all this material come from? Like, I get it, but I don't get it. I'll be honest, volcanoes are not something I really understand. I don't understand volcanoes at all. I don't really know a lot about volcanoes. I know the simple stuff, the basic stuff about volcanoes. They erupt, lava comes out of them. I know that much. Oh, and I know lava's hot. Well, I don't really know much about them. I was one of those subjects that never really popped up in class. I guess it's because we don't have any active volcanoes here in Australia. So we didn't focus on it. We focused more on the active disasters we have here in Australia. Maybe that might have been the reason why. I got no excuses for what the school teaches. I know what me and Topeka taught, but... yeah. Oh, there's a crate. That could be yellow. It's got to be blue, isn't it? It's a yellow. Our first crate is one we can open. Hoorah! No, I didn't say stop. Okay, look, I'll take it because it's right there. And the water's going to go out and I'm not going to get my feet wet. So we will take it. Okay, now I think we might be able to get 8 uses out of this. So this will be use number 1. What do we got? M4A1 mag. Bison thingy, that's for a VSS. That's a DMR. That's for a Vega. And that's for a ghillie rifle wrap. Just going to walk through slowly. Make sure there's no other items. Just check this boat quickly, see if there's anything. No, there's not. Oh, you fucking dog. Can't climb into the boat. It's just being stupid. It wants you to get wet. So then you end up, well, getting frustrated, cold, and stuff like that. So it does things like that. It's a bug. We all know it's a bug. The developers know it's a bug. It's something they could fix. They won't. They could, but they won't, because to them it's like, oh, it's nothing. It's like, it is something. It's a survival game. And you've got it to where you can't even just hop into the boat easily without getting wet. And you're in a map where you freeze. And you freeze quicker if you get wet. And it's like, if you keep doing this shit, people are going to get wet for no reason. or because of a bug, and that's not fair. I don't think it's fair if when you buy a game and you're playing it, I don't think it's fair if you die or have issues in the game based on glitches and bugs. That's not fair. That's not a fun experience. Going to travel all the way out here. I don't need to be freezing my ass off. Because of a bug. It's already bad enough that they've made it so the boats might despawn on you. It's bad enough that the server's doing this whole shitty ass fucking reset thing where, look, the resets are fine. I've got them set to reset every 6 hours. Was doing it fine, and now all of a sudden, every now and then it decides to go, we're going to stop the server. Did I ask you to stop the server? No. But we decided that during this reset, we'll stop it. That's not fair because there's other people that are trying to play in this server, and it keeps doing it and fucking them people over. Those people are missing out because when they get free time, like Fox, if he was to have any free time, it would be roughly around now because of the evening time for him. And if he was trying to go in at 4 o'clock after work, I don't know when he finishes work, but let's say he finishes at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's 4 o'clock roughly in the morning for me, give or take, depending on exactly where he is in the world. I know where he is. But if he was to decide to go in there, the server's locked and saying it's not coming up. And there's nothing wrong with the server, just have to go in and turn it on. This shouldn't have to. It should automatically just reset and start automatically. And it picks and chooses. It's not even a consistent time when it does it. It was doing it at the 10 o'clock at night one, so I thought it was going to do it every 10 o'clock. So I said, I'm going to wait and see if it does it this time. And it didn't do it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's fixed itself. And then it started 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, right, I'm going to wait. And then it didn't do it. I was like, huh. And then all of a sudden a 4 o'clock in the afternoon one happened and it turned it off while I was in the middle of a stream. I was like, hey, and I had to get Topeka to fix it up. It's like stupid. And now when I woke up after 4 o'clock in the morning, well, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I decided to do this stream after 4 because I thought, well, I'll wait until after 4 so I can check to see if the reset worked. And sure enough, it reset, but it turned it off. That's a blue one. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't know what to do to fix it. I need Topeka to send an email to him saying, hey, what's the deal? You keep shutting the server down and stopping the server every now and then and random times. You do the reset and randomly you'll stop the server and won't turn it back on. Why? Find out what the problem is and fix it because you're stopping people from being able to get into my server. I need to be able to sleep. I'm not on call 24/7 to be able to take care of this issue. The automatic reset should automatically do its job, and that's why, guys. That's why it's good to have automated services. Things that work automatically. But they are only as good as the people that program them. That's why I'm not too concerned about AI taking over the world. Because it's only as good as the people that program them. Like you can tell when there's AI stuff online because it's broken. A lot of the people that do their shorts you'll notice them. We're not talking about a person who's done a short on a video game or something like that, where you see them in the game or you see their gameplay or something like that. These story ones, you can tell they're AI. Number one, it's the same fucking voice. Number two, you'll see it a lot when it comes to movie recaps. Anyone seen that channel? Movie recaps? It'll be a female, right? And the female will walk in the room, clearly a female, identifying as a female in the movie. You could even know the movie. And they'll go, the male walked into the room. It's like, it's a female. Because AI is stupid. AI is only as good as the information it gets given. And this game is only as good as the information it's given by the developers. And the server is only going to work with the information given to it by the people that provide the server. And if they don't provide the right type of information, then for some reason, it won't work. Well, the reason is because they didn't put the right information in. When it starts affecting people, and look, it affects me. Alright, people can sit there and say all they like, it's just a game. I agree. It is just a game. But it's a game I constantly pay money for, because I have to pay for this server. It's not free. And if I'm paying for a service, it's understandable that I may want it to work. It's not unreasonable that I would like that server that I pay money on every month to work. That's not unreasonable. Especially when I'm trying to provide a server and service for friends and family to have a safe place where they can have some fun in the game themselves. It's not fair for them. It's not fair for me. But the companies don't give a shit because they're like, oh, we got paid. We're good. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I know. I sound like I'm complaining again. It was like the other week they fucking shut the server down for like 2 days. And they said, oh, we gave you an extra 2 days on your server. It's like, I would have rather you not fuck it up in the first place, but all right, we'll take the 2 days. And then this shit has been happening. And it's like, what the fuck? Is there anything even in this? No. Oh no, we'll just leave it there. That's fine. Okay, we can see the boat. Okay, I don't want that. I'm going to keep that on me because I actually need that. So we're going to put that there because I need it. I'm going to put the road flare there in case criminal needs it. And I'm going to put that there in case I need it. We got the box of matches, yes? Oh, man. I'm going to leave the fishing rod here. But only because I've got enough fish on me. I'm going to leave the rags there too. But that's only because I got enough of them, enough fish on me and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave that there because I don't need it right this second. You know what, let's just wait a second. I don't have to worry about lighting this right this second. So we're not going to have a coffee break, sip of our coffee. I might actually check to see if anybody else is live at the moment. Poor Major yesterday, every time he wanted to do a stream, it just wouldn't fucking work for him. Okay, so Epic Legend Quest is live, and he's playing Zelda. I think he was playing that yesterday. Oh, it's a part 9. Okay, so he's got a series of Zelda going. Okay, that makes sense. He's riding on the fucking back of a stingray. And it looks like he's doing it in the sky. Oh, I got no idea what he's playing. I mean, he's playing Zelda, but I got no idea what he's doing. It's weird. I don't really know much about Zelda. Okay, so the reason why I thought I'll wait a little bit before I go and light the fire. 2 reasons. Is because the sun is going down slowly, but it's not going to go down right this second. You go up this path, there's a little tree here we can get firewood from. No. Gonna get some water. We'll sterilise this water with the Chichilian tablets, or the sterilising tablets for the water. going to grab a couple more firewood because I prefer to have it stocked. And I don't just mean the fireplace, I mean the tent. I want to put a couple of logs in there too. We can grab 6 logs here. Then we will be good. So Topeka managed to get me to watch a couple of these episodes of Wife Swap. I don't know what she's trying to instigate. I don't know why I don't know if she's trying to give me a hint or something. But man, some of them are all crazy. I'm going to leave those there. They're fine. Put that one in there. We don't have any more logs on us, do we? No, we do not. We have a box of matches. And as soon as we go down one more plus, we're going to light it up. Trying to keep an eye on my boat. I think Criminal has a field shovel. If he has a field shovel, that means he can dig up worms. If he can dig up worms, he can fill up the hooks. If he can fill up the hooks, he can go fishing and get himself some fish. He can live on this island. There's enough. There's enough firewood here. There's snow. He's got some sterilising tablets, so he's good. All right, now I feel better. I can sort of see my boat. That was pissing me off a bit, to be honest. Repair woolen gloves. Don't mind if I do. It'll be the last time I can repair them. And it only put them to damaged. They must have got badly damaged. I should have fixed them when they were damaged. Alright, so we're going to lose a little bit of heat quicker than we normally would due to the fact that straight up, just because we don't have duct tape to fix those gloves up anymore than what they already are. Going for a shower. Okay, my dear. I'll try not to think of you naked in the shower. And I know YouTube might think, hey, you can't say that. Yes, I can. It's my wife. Fuck you. Getting our heat buff. while I can see my boat. Oh yeah, I don't want my boat disappearing on me. And I figure if I'm staring directly at it, it won't despawn on me. All right, back in a second. G'day Mike, how you going mate? Doing pretty good, Just had to go check on Topeka. It's really early in the morning here. It's not early, it's like almost 7 o'clock in the morning. I was trying to figure out why Topeka was having a shower so early in the morning. This isn't normally her MO. Oh, why are you showering so early in the morning? You shit the bed or something? Nah, taking my grandkids out. She's got to go shopping, get birthday supplies. Did she fart when you checked on her? Nah. Dude, I kid you not, man. I wasn't kidding yesterday in your chat. Her farts are fucking deadly. I literally woke up one time. There was this ad in Australia. It said, don't smoke when you go to bed because you might have a house fire and you can't smell smoke when you're asleep. Now, I call bullshit to that because I've been in 2 house fires as a kid and I woke up to the smoke. So I call bullshit on all that. However, when Topeka farted, I woke up to that too, and I literally dove under the bed because that was like the first thing I thought was get low to fresh air. The same sort of thing when there's a fire. It was so bad, I dove under the bed. My kids have said to me, nah, Dad's farts don't stink. And I've said to them, fuck off. Everyone's farts stink. But then the doctor says, no, not everybody's farts stink. I was like, oh, okay. They used to say, oh, we can go into the toilet after Dad, it's not that bad. And g'day, Kill, Domain, how you going, mate? We go to the toilet after Dad, it's not that bad. Go after Mum. Jesus Christ. I love her. That's the only complaint I have. And she has no sense of smell. So, Carla, you're mean with your comment yesterday that she should put the blanket over my head and fart. She doesn't even need to do that. And you're mean because I, as a husband, should have that right to be able to fart in the bed and put the blankets over his wife's head and go hee 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 hee. But I don't even get that luxury. So that's fucking mean. That's fine. Made me cry to sleep. All right, fire's gone out. We'll go check to see if there's any more crates. We found 1 crate so far. Actually, we found several, but we only have a yellow key. So we can only open up the crates with the yellow locks. Naturally. Who would have thought Russia would have thought, let's colour code keys? Certainly not this fucking zombie. Got to time it with the waves when you want to leave, or else the engine will start revving because there's no water. And the engine's already orange. If it goes red, I'm stuck out here because the boat will be ruined. So we're just going to do trips back and forth around these islands until we've used up the key. Pros and cons to being in a relationship there is, eh? Pros and cons. No, I love Topeka. I've been with her for 30 plus years. Shit, it's been that long. It's like when people talk to me about relationships, and I noticed one young fella, I won't mention his name, but one young fella I know who talks about relationships. He wants to have a relationship with this girl, but he's too scared to ask her out. I was like, just ask her out. What if she says no? Well, if you don't ask her, she's already said no, hasn't she? It might as well be a no. So ask her. She says no, then you know. You can move on. You can look for someone else. Instead of sitting there beating yourself up over it. Or beating yourself off over it. I don't know. Some don't make it 30 days. Look, new relationships, if you don't make it 30 days, I mean, you know, all jokes aside, you don't make it 30 days, that's not too big of a deal. Sometimes people put a year into a relationship and then they'll break up. The worst is when men and women both do this. Men and women both do this. I hear it from both sides. I hear men say, all the women I've dated are crazy. And I hear girls go, all the guys I date are assholes. And I just think to myself, if all the women you date are crazy, maybe you're the issue. Or if all the guys you date are crazy and assholes, maybe you're the issue. I always think to myself, I wonder how the relationship would have went if you had just stuck it out and worked out any of your issues. Anybody else, if they treated their job the same way, one little minor problem and they can't get over it and they go, I'm quitting, most of us would go, couldn't you work it out? Was there anything you could have done differently? Did you try and do something differently? Did you try and see it from the other person's point of view? Or, you know, in nearly every other situation in life, we'll have that opinion, or at least that thought. Most of the time it's our friends that say it, or people that, you know, yeah, friends. Let's just stick with friends. It'll be friends that say it, and we just feel like, yeah, okay, it's their life, their opinion, their business. I'm not in their relationship. Fine, whatever. But, you know, privately to ourselves in our own minds, some of us might think, you gave it up? Like, I get it. If a lady's with a guy for 2 years and she goes, that's it, I'm over it, I'm leaving, well, can you work it out? He beats me all the time. Well, then, you know, leave. You're doing the right thing. If he says, no, I'm over, it's been a couple of years now, I can't put up with it anymore, well, can you work it out? No, she's abusive, she's belittling, she puts me down, she controls me, she beats me. And that happens too to males as well, because some males don't want to fight back. There are passive males who don't wish to fight, don't wish to hurt anybody. They're pacifists. And some women out there will take advantage of that, just like some men will take advantage of women who have good-natured hearts. You know, it goes both ways. I always think to myself, I can notice one guy, he talks about it in his stream a lot, about how every time he's had a relationship with like a Brazilian woman, they've always been crazy and shit like that. And I was just thinking, so he's sworn off women now. He's not worrying about a relationship. Like, okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. That's your call, your choice. But what made them crazy? They wouldn't listen to the things that I was trying to tell them. Well, that sounds like you might be trying to be a control freak. There's plenty of times I'll say something to Topeka and she won't listen. There's plenty of times she'll say something to me and I won't listen. You know, I'll have my own opinion about something. She's got her own opinion about something. You know, but that's fine. That's okay. We can have differences of opinion. It doesn't need to be something that goes, that's it, end the relationship. Now, I don't know if that's all that happened in these particular relationships, because I don't expect people to talk about every single thing in their relationship. I don't expect them to give me every single detail of how it played out from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to out the door. That's it. Well, what's the old saying? Find someone that matches your crazy. I don't know if there's any truth to that. But, so we were watching these wife swaps, right? And they're doing the wife swaps where they'll take conservative, Republican, Christian from Florida, and they'll take them to a hippie family who are vegans, who are liberal, who, you know, don't believe in competition. And one lady, she said she eats the sun. I stare at the sun in the morning. I'm a sun gazer, and that's how I get my energy. And the world would be so much better if we realised that we could solve starvation by just gazing at the sun. Yeah, I don't think she realises that Ethiopia is in the fucking sun. It's like a kilometre away from it, it feels. And the sunlight's not doing too good for people. And you kind of got to worry about the mentality of a person who says stare at the sun. There's that too. And they swap them, and there's all sorts of conflicts and stuff like that. They have these rule changes. The first week they got to live by the house rules. The second week they get there, make their own rules and implement their lifestyle. And I was watching one. This punk guy said to this Republican conservative Christian, who was from Texas, and he was in California. Now, I'm not getting into the political parties or the religious parties. That's not the point of this. I don't care for it either way. I don't give a shit one way or the other. But the way he said to her, like, oh, I'm going to get myself a top-earning job and earn lots of money, and I'm going to move to Texas and move into a house right next door to you. And I was just thinking, you're a dick. What a dick. It's like, yeah, I might not agree with all of her fucking shit in the house, but I don't necessarily agree with the other either. And I said to Topeka, I said, I don't need to fucking do a house swap or a wife swap or a fucking husband swap or any shit like that to realise there are people out there that may have better values than us. They may have a better lifestyle than us, but they'll be missing something. And while we might be lacking some things, there are some things in our life we're not missing, you know, and that every single person in those situations, in these shows, fuck, stop. Jesus Christ. That just gripped me and flung me over then. Everybody in these lifestyles and that, it's like they're different lifestyles. I don't need to go to another house to realise there's families out there that live different than me. I mean, me and Topeka know, yeah, there are times we probably don't appreciate each other, or at least we don't say it enough, but, you know, or something, because, you know, over time we don't, there's certain ways we show our affection and our appreciation that doesn't necessarily mean words. It don't need words, and you would expect that sort of shorthand in a relationship after 30 plus years. It's like when you meet friends and that, you know, I got friends that are Christians, Catholics, fucking Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons. I don't, you know, follow their religion or anything like that. They know I don't follow their religion. They don't follow my lack of religion. We have different views on politics and stuff like that. We have different views on music. We have different views on movies. Different views on sports teams. But we don't treat each other like arseholes just because of it. Don't go out of our way to criticise the other. And we still have discussions about it too. Not heated discussions, we just have discussions like fucking, you know, one of my mates said to me that he's been tripping so much he knows that the universe is controlled by a creator, because while he was on trips, he was a man made of steel, a man made of fabric, a man made of air, a man made of liquid. I know, I can hear all you guys rolling your eyeballs right now. I can hear it. You're all rolling your eyeballs going, oh, fuck's sake, this guy. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt, but he's a mate. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. I didn't want to, I mean, I could have easily said to him, dude, you're tripping balls on drugs, man. I'm not going to accept anything anybody says while they admit they're high on drugs. You know, that's not truth. That's not fucking evidence of anything. That's just you high on drugs. Nimrod was a Nimrod because he's a Nimrod. I don't roll my eyeballs in fear they might stay that way. Yeah, the wind might change, right? Remember that when you were a kid? Don't pull faces, the wind will change and you'll stay like that. And then you look at your fucking mum or your dad that says it, or your teacher, and go, well, what the fuck face were you pulling when the wind changed directions? You ugly fuck. Walking to smoke shop, coffee. Hey, don't get hit by a car watching my stream, man. I might feel bad. I'll get over it quick. You get hit by an electric hybrid car because you didn't hear it coming. But it doesn't take... You don't need to be a genius or a scholar or anything like that to realise people are going to have different opinions. If you grew up, if you had brothers and sisters, or if you're a parent of one or more child, you know that no humans are the same. No two humans are the same. They don't all have the same dreams. They don't all have the same fears. They don't all have the same beliefs or opinions. It's not hard. Okay, I think they want me to go right to the mainland. Because, oh no, we got another yellow. That's another yellow. Second yellow. I was starting to think they're all going to be blue again. They're not going to change. Brown bananas are better for you. I don't throw out brown bananas just because they're brown bananas. Definitely not. Brown bananas or bananas with black spots on the skin and that, as long as the banana itself isn't, you know, rotten, then you peel the skin back and it's all fine, and I've got no problem with it. To me, that's a milkshake banana, that is. And then milkshakes bring Zombie to the yard, because Zombie likes banana fucking milkshake. Can't be fucked Friday. Coffee might help. It's not going to help, man. You're going to drink that coffee. You're going to go, that was a good coffee. And you're going to look at something that's going to remind you it's still Friday. Jetpacks are back in Fortnite, are they? I'm assuming you mean Fortnite. I plan to do some Curse this weekend. Streaming some Cursed. I prefer Cursed over Fortnite. Fortnite's too cartoony for me. I want to see some blood. I need to see some blood. I want to see some gore. I find that I'm better in Fortnite when it comes to solos, really. I'm not good in a team. Well, it's not that I'm not good in a team. It's that everybody worries about me and they don't need to. It's like, yeah, no, I know. I got the map too that's telling me where the circle is. I know where the I know where the storm is. I know to stay out of it. Not one of the people. Everybody that's like everybody. I had Twist one. I was playing with Twisted one time, and he's like, "Zombie, you got to get ready to come to us. We've got to go to the storm. Got to get out of the storm." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm at the circle, dude. I don't know. You can see me, right?" I'm way. They're like, "Oh, zombie's already gone." And it's like, "Yeah, I'm at the circle. I'm waiting for you guys. You're the ones standing around on the bloody turtle. Hurry up. Fucking storm's coming." Yeah, solo's easier in the way of you only got yourself. Um, when you play with other people, it's like I don't worry about. I just worry about getting the guns I need, and I figure everybody else is doing the same thing. Get the guns you need. Um, this will be the third one we open up, and I'm not taking a dig at anybody's play style or anything like that. You know, I'm not doing that at all. Just I'm just saying that there are moments when it's like that's why I always say you guys pin the area because if I jump out and go, I like to separate. I like to separate. I don't like to all be in the same spot. I feel like if you're all in the same spot, you're just a target. You're four people running around, you're easier to spot. I'm by myself running around, I'm not easy to spot. I can hide in a bush, you know, and I'm quite happy to hide in a bush and wait for an opportunity to present itself for me to shoot someone or shoot at somebody. I'm quite happy to do that. Well, I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking a dig at anybody. You know, I was with another mate and we were playing, and he was like, "Oh, you remind me of one of these people we call cement feet." I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You don't move and jump around." And I was thinking, "Oh, okay. Well, you're dead, and I've just killed 6 people, so don't know what the fuck you mean by cement feet. You're jumping around and that. When you jumped down and you started jumping around that, you got killed. I'm fucking backing up and side strafing and shit like that and crouching and that while I'm shooting in between, and I've just killed 6 people. And I got killed by one of those boss things. You know those, it was a Sub-Zero guy. He had, I went to this spot and there was a Sub-Zero guy and he had a different health bar. I don't even know if it was an AI or what it was, but yeah, he eventually killed me. Oh, no, sorry. I killed him, and then the other guy came up and hit me because I only had like 2 HP left. I was fucked. I had nothing left to give. So, yeah, he got me with like 1 hit or 1 shot. It happens. But, yeah, I mean, my play style is totally different to everybody else's, and it's very hard. Like, I'll be sitting here thinking to myself, it's okay, guys, you don't have to worry about me. You know, don't worry about me. Just collect your stuff you need to get to, and, you know, we'll get there. You know, I'm not, again, like I said, not taking a dig at anybody's play style. Everybody has different play styles. And I don't care whether I win or lose when it comes to Fortnite. I don't care about the battle pass or anything like that. When people do care about the battle pass, it's a bit harder to play with them because it makes it a little difficult for me because now I got to try and help by not doing my thing the way I do it. Like, I'll have people say, "Oh, you need to grab this, you need to grab that." And it's like, I've already got 2 shields that are spare, man, and I've got a couple of bandages. I've just got myself 3 guns exactly the same. Just upgrade them. When there's a purple, I'll change it over. And if I got a grey, I'll change it to a blue or a green as soon as I find it, and just keep upgrading them as I go. I don't worry about having several different weapons or anything like that. I try to get those guns that are mid-range guns, good for short distance, good for long distance. I try to get those type of guns. And I have them set up in a way so then I can just quickly go through them and I don't bother reloading, I just swap weapon. It's quicker to swap weapon than it is to reload. So I just swap weapon. And I don't, if I'm using an AR, let's say I'm using an AR, like a SCAR. Let's say I was using a SCAR. I'd have 3 SCARs in a row. And I'd just swap from one SCAR to the next. So it's just the same fucking impact all the way through. Jim is gas can master. Gas can master. Oh, shooting the gas cans and throwing the gas cans and shooting them. It's weird that they call them gas cans. Because they're not gas cans, are they? I mean, they are. Because in America they call petrol gas. But actually, when they're in the cans, they're actually a liquid, so it's fuel can. They might label it a gas can, but it's technically a fuel can. Because it's in its liquid form. It's not actually generating the gas. Technically. But yeah, it's funny. I was with Jimmy one time, and he shot one of them. He threw one of the gas canisters and he shot it, and it blew out the wall, and I was the one on the other side. And the person that he was trying to get had already dropped down because I was chasing them. Or do you mean the gas can is in the big container trailer thing that you knock it out and you all get slurp? Do you mean that one? Shenanigans! The small one, Jim's blown up. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because every time with Jimmy, it was one time I broke it, and Jimmy was like, you didn't wait for Topeka. I was like, oh, okay. But no, I don't need to wait for Topeka. Topeka's been playing Topeka. So that's the thing. None of us need to wait for Topeka. Topeka's been playing the game, winning Fortnite challenges while sitting on the toilet back in the day when it was on iPad. She's been winning Fortnite games solo against squads, solo against duos, and solos against solos. None of us need to help Topeka. If anything, we need her to help us. Little red ones. Yeah, that's the ones I thought you meant originally, because the one you threw that time, and I was like, hey, I was on the other side of that wall. But it didn't hurt me. G'day, Miss Hart. How you going? Do you remember those shortcuts for those emojis there, Miss Hart? I was teaching Miss Hart how to do the shortcut emojis for YouTube yesterday in Majors. Just woke up. Awesome. And if we go worm, and then we go red, blue, yes, worm, red, blue, one word, with a colon at either end, all connected. Not sure if anybody notices, but that little WTF emoji that I've got there, that's Tiny Tom Cruise. Sorry, I was speaking and my mic was muted. If you do the word colon and then the word, if you do the colon symbol, the word awesome and then colon, for those that don't know, if you do all that as one word, the awesome face will pop up. I've got mine set as predictive text, so I can just do AF, and then the word will pop up and I can tap the word and it will change automatically to the awesome face. And I've also got it set for YTG, which stands for YouTube Gaming. And it gives you a love heart. A red one. Oh, isn't that nice? We're not going to leave yet because we don't want to waste that wood. We put 3 logs on. Shipwrecked had a heap of these. And now I've got an extra one. So I found 5 yesterday. Now we have 6 of them. Because that's how maths work. This magazine, I don't need it, but it is good for criminals. Gun. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go check to see if there's any more, and then we will head back home. Because it's going to go nighttime soon. I don't want to be on this island at nighttime. I won't be able to see my boat. Really? Stupid. Now that one over there could have changed to a different one. If it's locked, then it's changed. You only have to stay away for a little bit for them to change. That one looks open. Ah, that's open. At a pristine key, we've opened up 3 crates so far. Those other magazines I had for the M4A1/M16, I don't even have enough ammo back at base to fill them. I'd get close, but I'm okay with burning them and getting rid of them because they're not really needed. I could have left the KAM, KA-47 or KA-74 mag. That's what the game's calling it. because of copyright issues. I don't know. It's stupid. Is it buffering? No, for some reason the... No worries, Miss Hart. Always welcome. I figure they're fun to use. Some people aren't members of channels, so they don't have anything but those normal emojis. And this is just for something fun you can use. Some people might not like it. Like, there might be some people that don't like it because it might not actually say what the face is. Like, a drunk gamer, he's got it where it'll read out what it is. It'll say what it is. Hey, look, that one's open and it's still there. No new stuff in it. No. So drunks will read it out. So it will probably go awesome, to him, and he won't know what it means. So I'm sure he won't care. He'll just see the word awesome. Or it might come up YTG, and he might go, what the fuck is that? And some people might not like it because if they got their chat displayed on the side like a PlayStation, it might just come up with awesome, just like most of the other emojis do. Like in Majors, when he's got his chat on the side, if you use the emojis that Majors got for his membership, they don't come up as the emojis on the side, they come up as words. But I think they're fun. And I'm always like challenging the YouTube standards of don't use too many emojis. I'm always thinking, fuck off, YouTube. What are you, my mother? That's blue as well. Alright. Alright, you're blue. I get it. Storm. I think I'm going in the right direction. Yep. There's an island in front of me. I'll just keep that there. When we had our mod set up, we had helicopter crashes that landed on these. Loki had a good run yesterday in the map he was playing in. He was playing in a heavily modded one, we'll say, but did a good run. I'm sure when I get around the side here, it'll start getting darker real quick because the mountains will block the view of the sun. It's fine. Huh. Looks like the orange boat disappeared. Or is it just... Did I just not see it? I swear it disappeared. Let me have a look. I might push the orange boat out if it's still here. And no, it has despawned. Huh. Because it was right there. But it's gone now. So that one has despawned. Didn't have a radiator in it. It did have fuck all fuel. And a orange motor like the rest. Well, it had a yellow motor like the rest, but I'm assuming it's orange too now. Okay, so what we are going to do is we shall hop in the car, shut the door, turn it on, do a Yui, slowly head back to base and drop our gear off. If I could find another boat at the military base, I might actually go out to the shipwreck again. Maybe I'll take the little tent with me and hopefully I can put it on the ice. If I can put the tent on the ice, then we'll have a spot where we can actually store some stuff so we're not over encumbered, because that is a problem. It is a big problem. You need enough stuff to stay warm, but you also want to make sure you got enough stuff to be able to defend yourself, eat, drink, and have medicine if you need it. And I'm wondering if I park at the military base and I leave from there to go to the shipwreck, it'll be easier. But if I do that, then I could collect the key, collect the stuff off the boat, come back to the military base with the little boat, and then get in the car and then drive back to base, drop off any gear that I found, drive down here, get in the boat, go check the shipping containers. Ideally, you'd want to come out with both a yellow and a blue key. So then you could stop at every single shipping container and you wouldn't have to worry about which colour is it. The first time we came out, we only had a blue key. So we've seen a lot of yellow containers and only a few blue. The next time we came out, we only have a yellow key and seeing lots of blue containers and hardly any yellows. So if you have both keys, then the game will go, fuck, he's got both keys. Green. We'll make it green. So far all the crates have been either blue or yellow. I don't know why they did it. Some smart ass in a developing thing said, yeah, we're going to do it because a handful of big time YouTubers that play DayZ whinged about it. It's too easy for people to get a boat and go out there. No, it's not. What they did is they went, it's very hard for people to get boats, so we're going to despawn the boats on a regular. We'll regularly despawn them because people have been complaining that they can't find a boat, and the people have been hoarding and hogging the boats, and it's made it harder. So what we're going to do is do that. But we're also going to change the containers, so you can't just open them up normally. You have to now go to this place here and get keys and hope you find the right colour key and then go try and find the crates. So while they said they were making something easier, they actually made it harder. They didn't make it easier. They made it harder while saying they're making it easier. They don't understand the phrase oxymoron. What can you do? They're probably, the developers and that are probably paid fuck all. And the coders, the people that code the game and all that, they're probably paid peanuts. And I guess it's showing in the fact, it's showing in their work. I have a big bag they can all borrow. Yeah. I've told them. I've actually got a stream. I got a little video I put up about 4 years ago, where I said to them about the DayZ developers need to get a big bag, put all their shit in it, go to the big bag store, take it, do whatever they want, but sort their shit out. Just get a big bag and sort your fucking shit. I already gave them that rant years ago. But if you got a bag I can send them, yeah, cheers, mate. And I'll send it out to them and say, here's your bag for all your shit. Sort it out. Take it to the shit store. Take it to cash convert shit. See if you can get it converted into cash. Either way, sort it out. I mean, because you pay like nearly $100. Well, I paid $70 or $80 for this game, or $79. I paid $80 for this game when it first came out. You expect a few bugs every now and then in the game when it's first released. There's always that chance. You also expect it to get, when there's updates for a game, you expect it to them to address some of those problems. you know. The way they had it beforehand was perfect. You still had a tough time trying to find a boat, but when you did find a boat, then you had to go around and hope you could find the containers. They were already open, unlocked, and you could find them. And then for some reason they went, instead of fixing the cars, we're going to make it so the boats delete, and we're going to put keys in that you need to find from a shipwreck that you need a boat to get to, or you can try and hop along the snow, the ice caps, and swim and all that sort of stuff getting cold. Like they need the cash, right? Trading in sports gear. Yeah. It's like you're on fucking $1.5 million fucking contract per year or some shit. And there you are. Oh, I just want to sell in my cleats. Yeah, I'm running low on cash. And it's like, now you're getting, not only are you getting money from your contract, now you're getting sponsor money and sponsor deals. You fucking... It's always a pain in the ass when you see someone that's loaded or, you know, has a, you know, financially stable, really financially stable, sort of act like... I had a boss, right? When I was doing my apprenticeship and building lounges and stuff like that, I had this one boss that was like... He come in hung over one day. Glasses on, hung over. And he's like, oh, it's going to be a tough day today. I was like, why is that? And he goes, well, I just lost $20,000 at the casino. Oh, well. It's like, huh? The cunt never gave us fucking pay slips. They always just pay us in cash. Never paid us in... No. He'd come up to me and he'd go, oh, about $550 today, $550 this week. Sounds about right. It's like, dude, I worked every day from this time to that time. Oh, we'll make it $580 then. It's like, oh, whatever. It was still good money. It was good money for my age and all that sort of stuff, you know. But then the next week I'll work the same hours, and you'll drop a brown envelope off on the table and walk away, and I'll be busy doing something. I'll see him drop it there, and I haven't opened it. I'll just pick it up, fold it up, put it in my pocket. And I'd get home and I'd open it up, and it's like, what? There's $430 there. What the fuck? And then he'd fucking... Apparently he likes me. Yeah, he really likes me. I was a good worker. Like, I left the job so many times, and I'd come back, like, he'd hire me back. And I was talking to me mate. I met him working there at this place, and I was talking to him at my daughter's wedding, and he said, yeah, Richard loves you. I used to say to him, why do you fucking keep hiring him back? You know he's going to quit. It's like, yeah, I know, I don't know why. He's just, there's something about him. It's just like, I don't know. This is because, I don't know, I guess I just gave two fucks. Didn't give two fucks. You know? I was all out of fucks to give. And I didn't care that, you know, he was older than me. I didn't care that there were other people older than me. If they said something stupid, I pointed it out. Like I said to him, I said, yeah, like, we want to fucking hear about you losing $20,000. Keep that shit to yourself. He got all upset. Why? Because none of us have $20,000 to just go waste at the fucking casino, you asshole. Is it going to set you short? No. Do you have to worry about losing your house? No. Do you have to worry about losing your business? No. Then shut the fuck up. No one fucking cares. Sometimes there are people out there, they actually like it when people challenge them. It's, you know, they have that mindset of, I don't mind being challenged if it's in a good way, or, you know, there's a way to challenge someone's opinion and someone's, you know, something someone says without, you know, if you just go, you're an asshole. Why? Because you're an asshole. All right, well, that's not challenging. You know, me pointing out, are you at risk of losing your house? No. Are you at risk of losing your car? No. Are you at risk of losing your business? No. Well, then look around you. The people you pay are at risk. And none of us care. But once he fucking heard that, he was like, he sort of looked around, and the ladies that were doing the sewing and cutting out the material for the lounges and that, they all sort of had looked up at this point, and I think he realised, you know what? Yeah, I probably can keep that shit to myself. That's not really important. You guys don't want to hear this shit. No. No, we don't. Now, if he had lost $20,000 and he was at risk of losing his business, and he was at risk of losing his house, and he was at risk of losing his car, I still don't want to fucking hear it, because he's the idiot that fucking made those bets. Dumbass, don't bet beyond your means. Yeah, exactly. Self-inflicted. You know? Yeah, I'm sorry for the families out there that have people in their lives that are gambling addicts and stuff like that. I understand. It can be real tough on the families and that. And I understand it's put a lot of people homeless, and those people that are homeless because of it have children. I get that. I'm not sympathetic to that, to the people that have been forced to go along with their partner or whatever, their loved one that has that issue. I'm not unsympathetic to it. Just no. There are certain places, and you don't need to tell us this. Tell your fucking Gamblers Anonymous crowd. Go and get a meeting. Do something. Look, he wasn't stealing from anybody to actually fucking do his gambling, so I guess, you know, no harm, no foul. We were still getting paid our work. You know, the job was still there. No, we weren't getting affected by his gambling. It's just a bit of a kick in the teeth, you know. It's like, because he was never there. He was never there. He'd come in, he'd walk in, you know, walk around, have a look, say, "Does anybody get everything they need? Everybody got what they need? Everybody got their job list of what to do this week? Yep, all right, cool." And then you wouldn't see him. He'd go. You know, don't know what he's doing, didn't care. He wasn't bothering us. We were doing our job. Job got done. Everybody was satisfied. You know, didn't care. And didn't need to care either. It wasn't our business what he was doing. Who cares? But yeah, it's just like, come on, man. Go tell your rich friends that shit. Don't tell the fucking poor people that are struggling, that you know are struggling. $600 up and left. Yeah, see, $600. So me and you, that $600, that's like, fuck yeah. That's mortgage, that's fucking car payments, that's a decent birthday present for the kid, that's fucking shoes on the kid's feet for school, new sports shoes, there's some sports shoes, there's new tyres on the car. You know, that's how we see it. You up fucking 10 grand and you're like, oh, I can get a little bit more. It's like, nah, man, cut your losses. Count your winnings while you've got them in your hand. How much is it for, if you were to go get new wheels for your car right now, new tyres for your car right now, how much is that going to set you back? I haven't owned a car in a while, so I don't know what that would set you back. Well, that's going to set you about $700 easily now. Between $500 and $700, something like that, depending on what type of fucking You know, it's not cheap. This guy didn't have kids either. Now, I'm not saying that makes too much of a difference, but one of the ladies that was working there, she had 4 children under 12, and her husband had passed away about 4 years before I started working there. Passed away not long after their last one was born. And I need to get my breakfast sorted, so going to stare at the sun. Fuck that lady. Is the sun out, is it? Oh, it is. I'll leave that bottle there. Now I'm going to hold on to this and hopefully it keeps me warm. It may even make me build up a new one. A new heat buff. Hey Topeka, if you haven't left the house yet, come have a look at something that I invented. Topeka's eating the sun for breakfast, but she's going to be eating the moon for dessert. I forgot something. Oh, get fucked. No one ever told me you could do that. No one told me that if you got in a car, it would actually turn off the road flare. That's new information for me. I like it. So theoretically, I should be able to get in the car and get out, and it's off. I can put it away. Sweet! I don't know if that's a bug or if that's a deliberate feature. If it's a deliberate feature, good on you, DayZ devs. Now we're fucking cooking in the right direction. If it's a bug, don't change a fucking thing. Do not try and fix it. Leave it. It's fine. They won't listen. If it's a bug, they won't listen. Because you can put them out. You can snap them off and you can break them to where they stop working, and you can relight them again. Jesus Christ, look at that lag. Is that all because I said don't change a thing? No, it's this town. Does it sometimes. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. I can't wait till Topeka gets back from shopping today. Because I'll be watching season 8 of the TV show Big Mouth. It's the series final season. So that'll be good to see. Three hours already. Okay. Well, let's go get this tent. And if anything, we'll at least get to the military base and see what the time's doing. See what time it is. Part of me thinks I should go out and get the briefcase, but I don't want to do it by myself. It's not hard, just I don't want to. Certain missions I like to do with other people, like I like to do these crate ones with other people too, and these ship ones, because then I can stay with the boat. I'm fine, I don't need to search over, you know. I'm searching over with Criminal or Topeka. They normally just drop all the weapons down at the end and, you know, put them all away and just keep the little bits that they need and drop everything else, and I'll go through it and say, yep, we need that, we don't need that, we don't need that. We got 2 hours until the next reset. If we can, because I know there might be some axes there too, and if there is, and it's just worn, we're going to switch it over, because the one we got is badly damaged and is going to break very soon, and sometimes you don't have time to look for a tree that you can pull down with your hands, so you're looking for one that is you'll have to chop down a normal tree, and sometimes it'll give you logs and won't give you many firewood, so you'll have to turn those logs into firewood. And if you chop down a tree and the axe goes ruined, then I won't be able to turn those logs into fire logs. So yeah, also a possibility that you might be in an area where you break all the trees that you can do by hand, but there hasn't been a reset, so you need to do get more trees. If I go up there, that's where the briefcase is. I'm not, but I could. I'm not going to. Takes too long. That's the main reason. It takes too long. I could do it because I got 2 heat buffs. I could easily get firewood and all that sort of stuff, but this car really didn't like it. We've gone up before without cars, like I have gone up on foot, and I had to deal with wolves. Dealt with them, they were no problem. I ended up killing them all, but I had to be out in the open for so long. I killed them all, and then I got myself warmed up, and by the time I was nice and warm and I started leaving, I got up to the briefcase, picked it up, and I heard wolves again, and I was like, for fuck's sake. And I dealt with them, but it was just a pain in the ass. Because every time I got warm and I'd go to leave again, there was wolves again. You know, it'd be like, yeah, you get 4 wolves turn up, you kill 3 of them, 1 runs off and you don't get to kill it. So it turns back up again by himself later on. Going, avenge my fallen comrades. So this lady that I was seeing on this show that Topeka was watching, Wife Swap, the lady that goes, I'm a sun gazer, I get all the nutrients I need from the sun by staring at it, and it can cure starvation, still eats food. Just like to point that out. And she believes that She got it from the guy when she went and swapped, and she went to this new guy's house, and they're like, "You got a new husband, new kids." All right. She's trying to explain to the guy, and the guy's a hunter, and she's an animal activist. You know, she's all like, I'm protesting against the unethical torture and cruelty towards animals, which is fair. I myself am against torturing and, of animals. I eat meat, yes, but I only eat meat that's been ethically killed. I'm not going to eat something that's been tortured. I'm not going to do that. I have morals. But I'm not going to, I'm pushing it in people's faces or anything like that. And vice versa with this chick was pushing it in people's faces. And she went to go live with she's a vegan, only eats nuts and seeds and raw foods, raw veggies. And the guy's like, I eat veggies. Yeah, but you hunt. She's like, yeah, but I eat veggies. I just cook them. I eat potatoes. I eat carrots. I eat corn. I just cook it. You can have it cooked still. And she's like, I suppose. Nothing wrong with it having it cooked. You're still eating it. It's not being unethical to an animal if you cook the food. And then he's like, where'd you hear about is this a well-known study about the sun? He was sort of mocking her, and he said it because he had that look on his face, like that sarcastic look on his face, like, is this a study, Where'd you get this information from? And she said it was a guru from India. So one guy told her in passing, and she latched onto it. Look, I understand people want to find meaning in life and, and all that sort of stuff. I respect that to a degree. But if you're for the ethical treatment of animals, then the majority of hunters are probably more ethical than the majority of slaughterhouses. And if you hunt for your food, there's a good chance you only hunt what you need, because you don't need all that meat sticking around if it's not going to be, thingied, if it's not going to be used, or if it's not, you don't need it all. You only need what you need. And most hunters, myself and other people that I know here in Australia, and from the ones that I've heard of in America, and I don't really know much about hunting around the world in other places, but most of the time they only go and get what they need. There's only one truth. Nimrod knows. That's Birdman. There's only one truth. Nimrod knows but won't share. Greedy little bastard, keeping the truth to himself. I don't eat lions, but I'm pretty sure if I sat there on the Sahara, unattended, no weapons or anything like that, and there was a hungry lion going walking along, he's not going to go, oh, I don't eat humans. He's going to go, I'm going to eat that human. The thing is that the real issue I have, if I was to pinpoint an issue that I have with it, it's in the argument some people have. When some people go, animals don't have wars, it's like, yes, they fucking do. You might not consider ants or bees or hornets or anything like that as animals, but they're creatures on Earth. They have wars all the time. That's why they have soldier ants. It's not because they're from the fucking Salvation Army. They're soldier ants. There's army ants, soldier. They have names for a reason. They've earned their rank. So sometimes, or when they go, it's not natural. That one there's as like, well, no, hang on. What's not natural? Because this lady, right, the only one that got cooked food in the house was the cat. And she forced her cat to be vegan. And then, now I have a problem. You want to be vegan as a personal choice, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. There's probably people out there that eat way too much meat. I didn't have meat last night. I didn't have meat yesterday at all. I don't always eat meat. But if she wants to be a vegan, that's fine. But she forced her daughter to be vegan. She forced her husband to be vegan. He used to be a meat eater, but he opted to be vegan to make her happy. The daughter's always growing up vegan. And the daughter seems very passionate about the life of animals and that as well. And I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. But just that whole, now you're forcing your cat to be a vegan. And the cat's the only one that gets food that's hot and cooked, because the food she gets, the vegan food she gets for the cat, needs to be cooked, and she uses a fondue machine to cook it. And it was like, I mean, take yourself for instance, Jimmy. You're a veggie, you're a vegetarian, but you don't stop Molly. You don't try and force your dog to be a vegetarian, because it's a dog. They eat meat. And you've opted for that as a personal choice for yourself to be a vegetarian. You don't jam it down anyone's throat. One of the only vegetarians I've ever met that doesn't. And you're not trying to force everybody around you, even your pets, to be joining you in your choice. This lady was just a fucking wackadoo. And at the end of the day, when they did the wife swap and it all finished, they went back a couple of months later and she's like, yeah, I'm now cooking vegetables and stuff. We're still vegans and that. We don't do the protest or anything like that anymore. And the reason why they don't do the protest is because she got called out. The guy and the wife, the other husband and wife, they said, you're doing all these protests, and while we respect your rights to, save the animals, like we're talking about the story that came out of Bali where they're, using dogs, and they got dog farms and those places where they burn the fur off the animals before they cook them and all that sort of shit. Okay, those fucking places need to be shut the fuck down. I don't give a shit if it's about, that's just the culture, that's just the way they do it. No, I don't give a fuck. Catch some cunt doing that and my neighbour doing that or something like that, I'll punch them in the head. See how they fucking like it. Set their hair on fire. Don't worry, I'll fucking take a big chunk out of their arm and bite them too and eat them. Just so they know. But they pointed out to us, like, you're not going to convince people to do that by just jamming it in their face, and you could be doing more better things in your time. Like, they asked her, do you have any animals? The cat. Okay, so you got a cat. Are you saving any animals? Are you rescuing any animals? No. Are you even going to the shelters? No. Are you spending time with animals? No. Are you donating money to help animals get vet bills paid for them? No. Are you going to old folks' home and reading to the old people? No. So you're not doing anything for anybody except this. So they eventually slowed down on their protesting and all that because she realised, you know what? Well, I'll put it to you this way. They say they're slowing down that. They probably just said that for the camera and then went straight back to it as soon as the cameras disappeared. But it was like, if you care about an animal, if you really, really care, show it. A pamphlet jammed in someone's face is not the way to do it. It's a way, but not the way. She gets chicken every day. There you go. You know, you don't treat her like a vegetarian or a vegan. You know she's a dog. I don't know about that there, Jimmy. Apparently God condoned it when Noah made that ark and put 2 of every animal and decided to murder the rest of them all because he was pissed off with mankind. The fucking squirrel was sitting there going, what the fuck did I do? The dingo's sitting there going, I didn't do anything. I haven't even been accused of taking a baby yet. The fish said, I don't give a shit if you flood the world. There's just more water for me. You ain't wiping out every single one of the animals. You know. Dolphins went, yeah, we got more water. Whales went, yeah, we got more water. Sharks went, yeah, we got more water. In fact, everything that lives in water did not get affected by this so-called flood. Ignorance is bliss. Yeah. Well, you see, I don't believe in Noah's Ark either. So, you know, that, you know, the live export that we have nowadays, yeah, there are certain organisations that are involved in that. We won't go into too many details. But, yeah, they need to be fucking... They're lucky that the animals are sort of treated better here in Australia before they leave. And then once they turn up and they're fucking... in the lands and they get treated the way they get treated and shit. It's like, I've heard of people breaking their hocks. The hocks, the breaking the legs of the animals so they won't fucking kick around and that. It's like, what are you doing? Just shoot it. Shoot it in the head. Last time we had a pig on a spit, right? 22 to the head, bang, done, dead. There was no torture. There was no nothing. Didn't even see it coming. It wasn't chased. You know, before it actually got that way, it was fattened up, obviously, and that, and fed, you know, right? But it wasn't fattened up just to be thing. It was... like over a year that pig had been on the farm. It was eating all the scraps and all that sort of stuff, doing its job. But it was one that was set for the dinner. And we were out working on an Aboriginal farm, run by Aboriginal people. And that was the meal that was being done for Christmas dinner. Pig on a spit. They used to do that every year, and they still do it every year, a pig on a spit. But they don't, the pig has its own area to live in. It's free range most of the time, except when it needs to come in like winter time, it comes into a different area. It's looked after, it's healthy, and it wasn't tortured. It didn't get boxed in with a lot of other animals. It didn't have minimum space to move or anything like that. It wasn't sitting there cramped in those conditions. They can be. They can be. They can be that ignorant. Ignorance is bliss. Yeah, people, you know, it's confirmation bias and all that sort of stuff, you know. Cause and correlation, or correlation, you know, or correlation and cause, and confirmation bias. If you see something that automatically fits your preconceived notion of something, therefore it cements your belief. So it's like COVID shot. Someone gets a COVID shot, someone dies, person hears the last thing they had medically was a COVID shot, and they automatically go, see, told you COVID shots will kill you, not really caring about whether there was an underlying condition with that person in the first place, and completely ignoring the millions of people that have had the COVID shot who haven't died, because one or two did. So in their minds, that one or two that did die confirms their belief that it must be bad. But there's millions that didn't die. I don't care. The two that did die confirms my point. Okay. That's confirmation bias. It's the same people that go, that say things like, oh, there's X amount of numbers in, if you use this particular word, like Elvis Presley, and you go, like this one guy, he was using a calculator thing, and he went Elvis Presley, and A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and you add up all those letters, and you add the numbers that correspond with those letters, and you get the year he was supposed to die. You don't. You get a number, and the person just automatically goes, see, the number worked out the same of when he died. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's like, yes, it does. I was like, okay, try Elvis Aaron Presley, because that was his name. And they try it, and they get a total different number. And it's like, well, the first number I got was correct, so therefore this calculator works. It's like, because it confirms what you already believe. You believe the calculator works, and I just proved to you that it's bias. It doesn't work. It was only planning on people to go Elvis Presley. It wasn't planning on anybody to go Elvis Aaron Presley, which is what's on his tombstone. So I figure, let's give him the credit that credit is due, and give him his middle name that he was christened with as well in it. And, you know, and of course, this calculator thing is supposed to be proof that the government is behind Elvis's death. And shit like that. And it's like, you have to understand how crazy that sounds. And it's very tough, because you don't want to come across disrespectful, because I'm aware some people are only educated in a certain way. Some people are educated differently. Some people don't have much of an education at all in academics or anything like that, or logical thinking. And they're very smart in other ways. I'm not saying anybody's dumb, but there are people out there that are very smart in other ways. This crazy lady that was talking about only eating raw foods, she was smart because she knew that raw foods are valuable to you as a human being. Yes, of course they are. Nuts and grains and seeds are good for you too. Yes, of course. They have the omega fatty oils and all that sort of stuff, the fatty acids and all that sort of shit that our body needs. They have all that. Yeah, we know that. We've known that for years. We've known that since we were fucking cavemen. Phone home. Yeah. Aliens. It's like people that believe there's aliens. It's like, okay, there could be aliens. I seen a UFO. Okay. What are you telling me? I believe in aliens. Why? Because I've seen a UFO. Well, the U in UFO stands for unidentified, so you can't say it's aliens by default. And they go, no, I know what I saw. You don't know what you saw because you're calling it a UFO. UFO doesn't mean spacecraft full of little men, little green men. That's not what UFO means. That's whatever the abbreviation is for spacecraft full of little green men, which isn't UFO. Unidentified flying object. Now it's some, something flying phenomenon or something like that. They've changed it now. But it still means the same thing. It's unidentified. We can't say what something is when we don't know what it is. It's just how it works by default. It's like when people go, we've translated this lost language. How do you translate a lost language? Because we had these books here with the language in it. Then it's not fucking lost. Lost means you don't have it anymore. You could find it, but it's not a lost language if you know how to fucking translate it. And if you are translating a language that happens to truly be lost, how do you know you're getting it right? Yeah, they might not be green. They might be just fucking, they might, like, we have a blue alien and a green alien. Is that different sex? No, one just got fucking spaceship sickness because he's not used to fucking G-forces like that. He was like, pull over, I'm going to be sick. Actually, he was like, meep, mop, meep, mop, meep, meep, meep. I don't know. It's like those people that go, dogs understand English or dogs understand humans. It's like, no, they don't. Not like dogs and cats. They hear what we say, but they don't know what it means. They just know that when he said sit, he did it in this particular tone. The dog don't hear sit, it just hears the tone because they pick up on tones and pitch and all that sort of stuff. They hear the sound. And when they did it, you gave them a pat. And they were like, I like the pat. But we don't truly know if they understand us at all. We as humans just like to think they understand us because there's plenty of times they'll do something and it'll be right at that time when we've told them to do something, or I'll go, Bubble-o, did you fucking rip the toilet paper in the toilet? And he'll just walk away from me. He's not walking away from me in shame. He's walking away from me because I went Bubble-o. And he knows when I make that tone, oh, fuck, I'm out. I'm about to get picked up and pushed outside. I'm going to foot my ass. Nimrod may know. Nimrod, you are going to go down in history. You fucking Nimrod. He was just a troll. Yeah, he was just a troll. He wasn't even believing what he was saying. He didn't believe any of it himself. He was just a troll, flat out troll. I get these trolls come in every now and then. Some of them I can tell are trolls, and I know where they come from because I'll look straight away and I'll see that they've got some DayZ stuff on their video. So they're just looking for someone to troll that plays DayZ. And you have a look at their videos, and their videos are where they always stabbing people in the back and fucking people's streams over, laughing about it. And they're trolling you in the hope that you'll show your server and they'll come in and do it again to you or do it again what they're doing to other people. So yeah, a lot of trolls. Lurking and bang as soon as really. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. We weren't even talking about belief systems or anything like that. We were talking about punishments in school that principals and teachers used to give, and how that sometimes in the Christian schools and that they still do it unless you sign out of it. You know, that's what we were talking about. It wasn't even about belief. It wasn't even about politics or belief systems or anything like that. And he just took it as, that's what we're going to talk about. You know, because, and as soon as I said I didn't want to talk about it anymore, he wanted to keep bringing it up. My daughter and this other guy, they tried to change the subject so many times, and he just bulldozed over him, bulldozed over me, just wouldn't listen. I ended up fucking this guy off. I ended up going to his channel and hiding it from mine. Said, nah, you can fuck right off, mate. Had enough of you. I like how you got that little emoji there with the guy with the eyebrows. Kind of reminds me of Eugene Levy. You know, Jim's dad from American Pie. Groucho Marx eyebrows. Excuse me. Drunk Gamers Live. Didn't know that Mike Brown was live. Just had a look through the subscriptions list to see who was live, and seen that Mike was live. I didn't get a notification. Fuck you, YouTube. Sometimes get wolves out of you. Do do. Okay, now I am going to leave this stuff in here because we still need stuff to make a fire out here. Oh, what? That's better. Not always stuff up here, but I had to look. Oh, I expected to be something. Like a box of ammo or... a road flare, we'll take it. That's an assault helmet. We don't need it. Smoke grenade. I'll take it. Alright. Alright, we'll just sit here like this. And hopefully we will be fine. But considering it's been nearly 4 hours, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go watch Mike Brown, continue watching Mike Brown show. And yes, I'm going to jump off right here as soon as we get our other heat buff. So big shout out to everyone that came in. Bink Ray, Jimmy, Mike Brown, Miss Hart. Kildamain, the wonderful and lovely Topeka, anyone else that might have been lurking in the background. Big shout out to you all, and I'll catch you all later on. I'm out, I'm dot and dust. See ya.